The word tank as a noun has many meanings. A military vehicle, a place where your excrement goes. An MMA fighter with large man breasts and extreme punching power. But as a verb, particularly in sports, it means to intentionally suck and lose on purpose to somehow get better. Because that makes a lot of sense. And today we're going to find out how this terminology came about. And that's coming up right after this. Do you know what never goes in the tank? Your own personal website. If you're a business owner, a content creator, or simply have something to say, you need to get the word out. You need a website. And as I found myself in the same boat, I realized I needed Wix. The variety of websites that can be made by Wix are amazing, but they have you covered. They have a template for what you're looking for. They integrated my YouTube content right into my homepage, and I was off. Even better, they take care of all the scary things with a website: easy hosting, customized domains and mailboxes, email marketing, and more. It's all in one place. No matter what your skill level, a novice, a business owner, even a former designer like myself, you can achieve the results you want with a professional website from Wix. Follow my link below after this video and get started today. The act of tanking in sports has been around a long time. Since the concept of an amateur draft, where the worst teams from the previous year get to pick first and select presumably better talent than the more successful teams, which have to pick later, savvy owners and GMs have realized that you can win through losing. Famous examples of tanks include the '83 Rockets, who got a Hakeem Olajuwon, the Houston Astros, who tanked and ended up winning a World Series in 2017, the 76ers, who won't end up doing shit because they don't even know how to tank, and the entire existence of the Los Angeles Clippers. Tanking is such an obvious and known tactic in the NBA, the phrase "not trying for Zion" has begun to circulate the league, and even Pacers fans have openly cheered for their team to lose for a chance at the potential superstar. But when and why did this phrase come about? First, let's examine a key piece of the puzzle. When you look at the word tank as the name of a military vehicle, nothing about it says losing. The most intimidating ground-based machine of a nation's armed forces does not want to be associated with the Arizona Cardinals. Early in World War I, an armed vehicle was needed to traverse a trench-ridden, mustard gas-filled battlefield of death, and the concept of a tracked armed vehicle came about. Austrian engineer Gunther Adolf Bursten patented the first vehicle concept in the early 20th century and called his machine Motorgeschütz, literally motor gun. Tip of the cap to my man, Captain Obvious. A couple years later, the British began making the same concept vehicle and wanted to keep the project a secret. Given the size and the materials being used, the vehicle was codenamed Tank, as in huge water tanks. The name stuck, and that's a big piece to our puzzle. Even more interesting, the word tank, used to describe a container of water, is from the Portuguese word estanque, which has Latin roots that mean stench, or more colloquially, stank. How fitting. Now that we know that, tanking in sports began to take hold as terminology in tennis and also boxing. Tennis, a notably English sport, began using the term to describe the practice of intentionally losing a set in which one was down in order to start anew with the hopes of winning a fresh set with the saved energy. Though Merriam-Webster cites that the transitive meaning of tanking first began in 1863, the first documented use I could find was by Billie Jean King in this excerpt from Life magazine in 1967. "When our men don't feel like trying," she says, "they tank. I never tanked a match in my life, and I never saw a girl do it. The men do it all the time in minor tournaments when they don't feel like hustling. You have to be horribly competitive to win in big-time tennis." So tennis had a tanking problem? In boxing, tanking meant intentionally losing a match, going down when the time was right, say when a promoter needed to avoid being fitted for concrete shoes and had to pay off a few gambling debts. Tanking literally means to take a dive. Why is this? In England, a swimming pool can be referred to as a tank, and diving or losing on purpose became synonymous with the term tanking in both tennis and boxing, but not diving. Okay. As the phrase became commonplace in sports, it eventually took its seat as the go-to term for putting in as little effort as possible to improve your draft position, aka being the New York Knicks, though I don't see them improving a damn thing. It's not clear when this definitively happened, but for sure the phrase has been used more and more in the last 10 years, mostly right after the Sixers hired Sam Hinkie. As we said before, it was officially first used in 1967, possibly been used since 1863, and now it's here to stay. All this stemming from the aquatic act of jumping into a pool. Though I think motor gunning for Zion sounds way cooler. Well, thanks for watching this video, and even more so by sitting through the ad. You are the real MVP. Please do not forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting videos on sports. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this video.